Men always miss these 12 signs. A girl is flirting. You think you'd recognize when a girl is flirting with you, right? Well, don't be so sure. Most men miss subtle cues completely, and that's why they walk away without realizing shuas practically, waving a green light in neon letters. Today, I'm breaking down 12 signs that women use to signal their interest, but that men almost never catch. And trust me, number 1 will completely flip the way you see every interaction you've ever had. First time here, we deliver Men's Dating Advisory Day. Share your perspective in the comments and subscribe to Keep Learning. 12. She playfully withholds an answer. Ever notice how sometimes instead of giving you a straight response, she pauses, smirks, then changes the subject? That isn't hesitation, it's an invasion. By not answering directly, she's setting up a game. It's her way of saying, I want you to chase this a little. Make me reveal it. Most guys misinterpret this as disinterest or aloofness, when in reality, it's the opposite. Think about it. T wasn't interested, she'd shut down the conversation and move on. But when Schellinger's in that mystery, she's feeding tension on purpose. This isn't just coincidence, it's strategy. And if you lean and tease her back or mirror her pause with your own, you'll suddenly find the conversation charged with energy you didn't expect. But here's the twist. This isn't the only kind of hidden play she uses. The next sign is van sneakier. 11. She adjusts the rhythm of her breathing to match yours. Sounds almost too subtle to notice, right? But it happens more often than you think. When a girl is genuinely inged, she unconsciously mirrors your breathing pace. If you're speaking quickly and breathing shallow, she'll mirror that. If you slow down, she'll start to breathe slower, too. Why does this matter? Because synchronized breathing is one of the oldest signs of rapport we know. It's the body's way of saying, we're in sync. Most men miss it because they're too focused on the words being said, not the pace at which air is moving in and out of their lungs. Rest remarkable part. You can test it the next time you're talking to a girl and you suspect she's flirting. Deliberate hunch, your breathing rhythm. Slow it down. If she follows without even realizing it, that's your signal. And if you think that's subtle, wait until yahoo! The next sign, because this one plays out in her silence. 10. She lets your pauses stretch longer when you're speaking. Most people, when listening, rush to fill gaps, but if a girl is flirting, she does the opposite. She leaves extra silence around your words, almost like she wants them to echo. That quiet isn't awkward, it's charged. It's giving you space to expand, to reveal more, while simultaneously showing sin vested in your every word. Notice how unusual this is. Friends don't do it, colleagues don't. But when a woman lets to pause, hang, and holds eye contact, she's not just being polite, she's signaling, I like being here. I want to see what else you'll give me. Harass kicker. If you fill that pause with nervous chatter, you miss the chance. If you sit in it confidently, you'll notice her lean even closer. But that's not the only way her body betrays her interest. The next sign hides in plain sight. Her movements. 9. She mimics the tempo of fewer micro movements. This isn't the abaya stuff like crossing her arms when you do. I'm talking about the tiny shifts you'd never suspect, like brushing your sleeve, scratching your jaw, or tapping the table. When a girl is flirting, she unconsciously echoes these rhythms. Why? Because her nervous system is syncing with yours. It's like her body is saying, we're connected. And here's what's wild. She often doesn't even know she's doing it. Osman? Miss. This completely because they're too busy analyzing words. Oh. But if you want to see it, try this. Casualize just something small. Tap your glass, tilt your head, and then glance to see if she follows a few seconds later. If she does, she's not just mirroring your insider focus. And just when you think that's the peak of subtlety, the next sign flips the script. It's note about what she copies, but what she hides. 8. She shields parts of herself while smiling. At first glance, it looks contradictory. She's opening up yet, hiding at the same time. She might brush her hair across her cheek, half cover her mouth with her fingers, or tilt her head down while looking up A2. That mixture of concealment and openness is a dead giveaway of playful attraction. Here's the psychology. Hiding while smiling creates tension. It's like showing you the spark, then pulling the curtain just enough to Makoa lean in. That's not shyness. It's choreography. It makes you curious, and curiosity pulls you deeper into her frame. But notice how easily this slips past men. Most think she's just fixing her hair, when in reality, that gesturize as intentional as a wink. And if you think covering her smile is subtle, wait until you notice the next one, because I see it's not even about her. It's about the way she changes you. 7. She draws out your storytelling. Ever notice Hozun times? A girl asks questions that didn't really matter? Not the big ones. Just little nudges like, wait, we've a panned after that? Or, and then what did you do? That isn't about the story. It's about you. She's stretching your words so she can stay inside your energy longer. Most men miss this because they assume she's simply being polite, but think about it. If she wasn't interested, she'd let the story fade. Instead, she fuels it. It's almost like she's stoking a fire she doesn't want to goot. Here's the twist. If you notice her doing this, flip it back. Ask her asmal question that lets her expand her own story. You'll see her face light up because now she knows you've caught their rhythm. And as subtle as this is, it's nothing compared to what's still coming. Because the next signs, they peel back deepest, most hidden layers of how women flirt. And trust me, by the time we hit number 1, you'll never look at a conversation the same way again. 6. She highlights a coincidence between you. Ever had a girl suddenly point out some odd overlap? Like, wait, you like that band too? Or no way, that's my full right coffee spot. At first it feels random, but here's the truth. She isn't just making conversation. She's building a private bridge. By magnifying a small commonality, she's signaling that your worlds overlap more than chance. Shoulder low. Most guys think, cool, we have a something in common, and then move on. But what's remarkable is why she points it out. She's testing if you'll lean into that shared thread, because when you do, it deepens intimacy instantly. That coincidence becomes your inside story, your little secret connection. And trust, when she highlights those overlaps, she isn't just being friendly, she's showing you she wants the two of you to feel like an us. But the next sign, it's even bolder because it flips embarrassment into attraction. 5. She exaggerates her own clumsy moment. Picture this. She drops her fork, laughs too loudly at her stumble, or makes a big deal about brushing crumbs off her lap. On the surface, it looks like no thing. But if she exaggerates the clumsiness instead of brushing it off, that's her way of lowering the guard between you. Why? Because when someone plays up a small mistake, they're signaling, I don't need to look perfect around you. In fact, I want you to notice this imperfection. That's powerful. It invites you into her vulnerability. Here's what's fascinating, most men miss it and think she's just being goofy. But in reality, she's testing. Will you laugh with her, not at her? If you do, she instantly feels safer and attraction deepens. Now, if her slip-up seems small, the next sign is the opposite. It's not about minimizing, it's about maximizing aimment to see if you'll catch it. 4. She replays a shared detail later. Mabayu mentioned your favorite late-night snack earlier. Hours later, she casual or frences it. Bet you're craving that? No. That callback isn't accidental. It's her way of saying, I was listening. And more importantly, I want to notice that I remembered. Think about it. How many conversations blurch dogger there in your day? But when she bookmarks a detail and serves it back to you, she's proving you stuck with her. That replay is her version, often underlining your importance. The kicker, men miss it constantly. they shrugged and think, cool, she remembered. But the truth is, it's a breadcrumb trail. She's planting reminders that your interaction is just in the moment. It's continuing in her mind. And if callbacks plant seeds of memory, the next sign, that's where she uses your own presences, a mirror. 3. She changes her cadence when saying your name. You've heard your name thousands of times. But she says it differently. It lands. Maybe. She stretches it out slightly, drops her tone at the end, or uses it in moments where it wasn't necessary at all. That's not random. That's styling your name like a song lyric. Most guys ignore this completely. But think about it. Why alter the sound of your name unless you want it to feel different? It's her way of branding intimacy. I'm telling you, when I say your name, it's not the same as when anyone else does. Here's the twist. If you playful reflect it back, maybe by exaggerating her name once in return, you'll see her reaction double because now she knows Sue caught the tune. But even that doesn't. Touch the next sign because the second most powerful clue, it's hidden, what she doesn't do. 2. She forgets to break away. Ever had a conversation where the practical ending point comes? She could walk away, glance at her phone, or turn to someone else, but she just doesn't. She lingers in the pocket of the interaction as if gravity itself holds her there. That pause, that an exit, is gold. It's the unspoken, I want this to continue, but I need you to notice. Most men completely miss it because they're too focused on words. They think the chat is wrapping up, so they let it fizzle. But if you recognize that pause and extend it, even with something small like, before you go, let me ask you this. You'll see her whole demeanor shift because deep down she wanted you to bridge the gap. And if that feels powerful, wait until you see number 1. Because this final sign just subtle, it's the single biggest giveaway that a girl is flirting. Once you spot it, you'll realize how many times you've missed it before. 1. She alters her baseline energy only around you. This isn't a Buddha single gesture. It's about contrast. Pay attention. How does she act with Therian else compared to when she's with you? Maybe she's louder with friends, but softens her voice when speaking directly to you. Maybe she's reserved normally, but suddenly more animated in your presence. Maybe she's professional with others, but playful with you. That shift is the ultimate knell. Because it's not one behavior, it's the break in her default setting. People don't rewrite their energy patterns for no reason. She does it around you, that's her body broadcasting track louder than words ever could. Most men never notice because they only watch the girl in isolation. But on SEO, compare her with others versus her with you. The difference jumps out. That difference is the flirtation. Can't hear us thing, you'll never unsee it again. Every conversation, every subtle shift, you'll catch it instantly. Up next, discover what she says when she thinks you're attractive, or learn questions she asks when flirting with you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for